Hi, I'm Don Haver of the real estate firm in the Tri-Cities in the state of Washington. I work with my daughter Michelle, and the two of us form the Haver team. It's always our goal to ensure that both buyers and sellers are well informed with home buying and selling processes. Today we're going to be talking about the home inspector and specifically the standards of practices. Now, I thought it would be a good idea to address home inspectors and their business within three major segments. The first segment dealing with business practices, which we'll discuss today. Then we're going to have two follow-on videos dealing with home inspection procedures. And this will deal with what is required within the state of Washington for home inspectors to actually inspect roofing, foundations, etc. Then I thought it'd be really a good idea to have a fourth video dealing with home inspector as far as an interview. Now, during this interview, I'm going to ask the home inspector, are there any common deficiencies or shortcomings that frequently occur within the Tri-City area? And secondly, I thought it'd be an excellent opportunity to ask the home inspector, are there any specific recommendations we as consumers should be looking for from the standpoint of an inspector's background? I'm talking about their academic and technical background, not their licensing requirements. Well, so let's get on with it and let's talk about the standards of practices. Within the state of Washington, a home inspector must provide home inspection services that conform to the Washington State Home Inspector's Standards of Procedures. They must provide full written disclosure of any business or other conflicts of interest between themselves and any other party to the transaction. The parties may include, but are not limited to, buyers, sellers, appraisers, real estate licensees, mortgage representatives, title companies, vendors, and service contractors. The appraiser is supposed to act as an unbiased party and discharge his or her duties with integrity and fidelity to the client. They should perform services and express opinions based upon genuine conviction and only within the inspector's area of education, training, or expertise. An inspector may not conduct a home inspection or prepare a home inspection report that knowingly minimizes, compromises, or attempts to balance information about the defects for the purpose of gaining future referrals. The inspector may not provide services that constitute the unauthorized practice of any profession or requires a special license when the inspector does not hold that license. Probably a good example deals with roofing. It's not uncommon for a home inspector to evaluate a roof and say possibly there's less than 3 years of life remaining on the roof, and let's get in a qualified roofing contractor to determine whether or not the roof should be replaced or not. Now, a home inspector should not accept compensation for a home inspection from more than one party without written disclosure to the inspector's clients. The inspector may not, for 1 year after completion of the inspection, repair, replace, or upgrade for compensation components or systems on any building inspected. This section applies to the inspector's firm and other employees or principals of that firm or affiliated firms. So you think about it, it's not like an automobile garage where you take your vehicle in and the mechanic says you need a new alternator. And of course then the mechanic actually installs the alternator. In home inspections in the state of Washington, a home inspector may identify a deficiency or shortcoming but may not repair that particular item. In addition, a home inspector may not provide compensation, inducement, or reward directly or indirectly to any person or entity other than the client for the referral of business, inclusion of a list of recommended inspectors or preferred providers, or participate in similar arrangements. The purchase and or use of low-value advertising or marketing services or products that does not exceed $10 per item is not considered an inducement or reward. In addition, an inspector may not disclose information contained in the inspection report without the client's approval or as required by law. However, at their discretion, inspectors may disclose, when practical, observed or health hazards to the occupants or others that are exposed to such hazards. Maybe a good example of this might be the home inspectors in the home evaluating a situation and finds a gas leak. Well, now we're dealing with a health and safety issue, and it's incumbent upon that home inspector to alert everyone as far as that gas leak so they can evacuate the structure. I actually had an agent call me today and wanted a copy of a home inspection report, and I said, I'm not authorized to release it. I said, you're going to have to deal directly with the consumer to find out whether or not that consumer wants to release that report. In addition, a home inspector may not advertise, previous experience in an associated trade as experience in the home inspection profession. An inspector's advertised inspection expert's experience will reflect only the inspector's experience as a home inspector, and the inspector shall not advertise, market, or promote their home inspection services or qualifications in a fraudulent, false, deceptive, or misleading manner. And finally, a home inspector may not accept a home inspection referral or perform a home inspection when the assignment of the inspection is contingent upon the inspector reporting a predetermined outcome. Well, that wraps up what's included within the state of Washington and what is required by law as far as practices. Now, we're going to follow on as I indicated before in procedures with 2 videos, and finally a video dealing with an interview with a home inspector. Well, once again, I'm Don Haver with the real estate firm in the Tri-Cities in the state of Washington. If you need representation in either buying or selling real estate, give us a call or send me an email to don@key2homes.com. Appreciate it, and we'll be talking with you in the next video.